2K Sports. Broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York, as the Nets take it to the hardwood here at the Barclays Center. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Last outing for the Nets, it was a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota. Pass to Harrell. Here's Conley. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Brogdon. Gallinari attacking. Rebound by the Heat.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
And Harrell slams it in.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now, here's Walker. Here's Zeller. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Tonight, two teams that like to slow it down a little bit, playing that half-court ball. Brent, we don't get to see that as often as we kind of have in the past.
Well, and that's okay, Kevin, because coaches who have a roster that's full of guys who they feel like physically can take advantage of defenses wearing down, or they're looking at their opponent as somebody who's not really patient defensively and wants to play through a 24-second possession. Then if you slow it down, you might have more opportunities for post-ups, cuts, and late baskets because of defensive breakdown.
Coaches knowing what they've got to work with.
Well, you got to know your personnel.
Yep. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Pass to Love. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Walker. Brogdon inside the line. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Conley into the lane. Pass to Harrell. Good D by Love. And it's Love with the ball for Brooklyn. Brogdon inside the line. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And here are the Heat. Trailing by 2. And so Miami again turning it over.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Now, here's Brogdon. Pass to Walker. That one a little long.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still, there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot. Yeah. Undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
The Heat shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Brent, Montrezl Harrell out of Louisville came into the league as an energy player, but he can score as we're seeing in bunches.
Well, I think with starters minutes, he might give you a few 20-point nights, but mostly his impact has been huge with energy and effort coming off the bench, in constant motion around the rim, and a great finisher as well.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Great D that time from Love. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Down low. The Heat keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Conley's shot is off.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
He's looking for Harrell and finds him.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Here's Walker. And two free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
Now here's Thomas. Kuzminski's in the corner. Kept alive. Jones. Thomas gets a wide open look. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And that one's good, Brogdon. Brogdon's got his second bucket tonight. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
1:21 left in the first quarter of the game. Over in the corner, Zeller. It's deflected. Pass to LeVert. Kuzminski's in the corner. Brogdon with it. Ring shot on the way. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Brogdon's got 6.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
The Nets with the lead. Now Walker. Pass to Zeller. Off the left rim and out. On offense, here are the Heat. Here's Turner. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
A nice job, Evan Turner, slowing down, drawing the body contact, and now finding a chance for the and one.
Now here's Walker. Some solid defense there from Lynn.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, you've got a huge advantage.
Now here's Walker. Basket good. Walker's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Nets. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
A nice shot by Lynn.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
Here's Lynn. Kemba Walker making his last shot. 9 feet out. Pass to Kuzminskis. Here's LeVert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lynn, that's a two-pointer. And no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Brent, I'm sure there were times, and you've won 2 championships where you thought you were going to win a title, and it didn't happen.
I'll go back to the first night that I thought potentially we were going to win a title with San Antonio, and that was in the 2005 finals against Detroit. We had come back home for a Game 6 that I thought we were going to win, and we did not. And sort of the pressure that mounted after that game to know that we were going to a Game 7 and had lost an opportunity where we really did feel coming off of Game 5 we were going to win. It certainly elevated the intensity of the Game 7, which we eventually won at home for our title in 2005.
Here's Walker. After the basket by Montrezl Harrell, Walker goes in. Count the basket. Walker's got the lead up to 3 now for Brooklyn.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the lip.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters. Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
Pass to Harrell. Back to Conley. Gallinari with the steal. Zeller inside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Walker surveying the floor. Back to Love. It's deflected. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here's Gallinari. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Gallinari's got his first points of the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Conley into the lane. Rejected by Walker. Pass to Gallinari. The kick out to Walker. Inside. Shot by Zeller, no good. The Heat trailed by 5. Right side, Conley. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Greg, what are some of the positives that Tristan Thompson's play brings to the team?
Still a very efficient scorer on the shots that he does take. And he lives mostly inside the paint. And still a strong offensive rebounder. But his days of being a threat on the offensive end as the game has evolved seems to kind of gone away.
And the Heat with some changes. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
So for the Nets, Brooklyn leading by 5. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Here's Lynn. It's good, the assist that time for Menace. Lynn's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Jackson with it. Jones covering. And stolen by Teletovic. Jackson has the open look. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
No excuse for him not drilling that one there. The defense was nowhere to be found. Maybe could have taken a little more time.
Now here's Lynn. Here's Jones. Got a piece of it. In transition, here come the Nets. Plumlee with the rebound. And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. It's a 3-point game.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Now here's Jackson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And good that time. And the Nets lead by 3.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Pass to Jones. Chandler with the steal. And Wilson Chandler with the slam.
Well, when Wilson Chandler gets this deep inside, he knows he can elevate and finish one off.
Chandler with the steal. Back to Teletovic. Makes it off the glass. And now a 7-point Nets lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Lynn. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. It's stolen by Ennis. Here's Jones. We come back right after this. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Brooklyn leading by 5. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. And here's the fast break. Gallinari leading the way. A 3-ball. Rebound by Harrell.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Brooklyn with the ball. Stolen by Michael Conley. Down low. And it's Harrell missing.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it, let it come back to you. The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line or you risk getting burned.
Conley with it. He's picked up by Walker. Conley into the lane. Harris, right side. Clock is at 3. Here's Harrell. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Gallinari. Rejected by Harris.
Every so often, Tobias Harris showing you something defensively, and great timing to throw that one away.
The shot by Brogdon wide open. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Well, when you see a teammate over-rotate, you're just swinging around, the perimeter's wide open.
Good ball movement here by Miami. To the paint. Pass to Middleton. To the paint. Here's Harrell. The shot, no good. Good D from Love. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Here's Hardaway with the putback. It's good on the putback.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
Thompson looking to end the run. And Harrell with the lay-in. Good. Harrell's got 13 points. When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. Now here's Cram. Takes the 12-footer and hits. And the Nets lead by 16.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, they're just absolutely getting anything and everything that they want out there. They have not let up.
And the basket by Jackson.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
It's the Nets now after the Heat pick up 2. Hardaway, no good. Pass to LeVert. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
Here's Jackson. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Pass to Turner. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. And it's 7 points for Evan Turner.
Even though they're still trailing, he continues to be lights out from the field. What a competitor.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Evan Turner, the former #2 pick out of Ohio State. You know, he actually has a utility knife for this team. He can wear a lot of different hats. His versatility might be his best trait.
Ennis. 52 seconds left to play in the third. It's Jackson with the drive. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Heat trail by 14. Thomas up top. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 15. And it's Miami with another.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
To the wing right side. Releases from 15. Here's Plumlee. And the miss. And here at the end. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Heat trailed by 12. To the inside. Another shot from deep. Thomas got a piece of it.
Well, I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it. I really like the awareness, noticing that he's got the mismatch, and then he just used his size as his advantage on the layup.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. Gets a little lazy about what it could be.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And that misses badly. Air ball. Brooklyn leading by 16. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Thomas, no luck. And that's a foul called on Miles Plumlee. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. The shot's good from Love. And the Nets lead by 20.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
With some arc. He can't hit that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. The offensive rebound. Tries again. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, Greg, we know that Kevin Love is a great passer, but just how much more does that open up for his team?
I mean, his outlets get the team up and moving in terms of transition faster than probably anyone else could. It's very hard to double Love with the ball, as his awareness and that passing that you mentioned immediately will find the open man. And Love's passing alone is probably worth about 10 extra points a game for his team.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And that one, good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. And so here is Miami. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. To the middle. And stolen by Zeller. The finish. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Outstanding speed by Gallinari. He sees the opportunity, and the easy score takes advantage.
To the paint, and Harrell slams it in.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim, he ends a huge run by the Nets.
Pass to Love. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Harrell. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game.
And what you like about Kevin Love right here is the attention to detail. He's always had a great knack, those early years in Minnesota, about being in the right place at the right time.
Thomas, no luck.
This is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Gallinari right side. Shoots over Turner. And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Here's Brogdon, and Jones sends it back. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. And Miami making a change here. Pass to LeVert. Lets it go with a 3. 2 minutes. Back to Lynn. And the shot falls short this time. Brooklyn with the ball. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
And that one drops. 8 points for Lynn.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Brooklyn.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kemba Walker.
That unselfishness was on full display here tonight. Did a great job of getting his teammates going.
One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into the season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Here's Walker after Jeremy Lin's bucket. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And for Lin, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Nets. To the inside. And the dunk by Zeller.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
And Lin plays with a real edge. When he's driving inside, he looks determined to beat everyone to the basket.
Outside, Walker. Gallinari on the wing. Back to Walker. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.